Hello everyone, welcome again to another series of video from Electronics Eternity. It's been a while since I've done a video and I hope everyone is well. So this time around we will be looking at JS chart. So in short, JS chart is uh, one of the most versatile charts that I have used, and I find it very compatible with PHP codes and etc. Right? It also the one that is how do I say this? It can be interchangeably used, right? So that's why I picked a particular topic on JS charts, and I will be going through all the charts that is commonly used, right? So, and this is going to be the very first video of this. There will be a few series, so let's get right into it, right? So in our screen here, what we can see is we have a bar chart, of course, right? So this is the most commonly used chart, I would say, and it's the most simple and straightforward one, right? So this is how it looks, and this is simply the code, right? So before we get into the code, I just want to say that for every JS chart, the fundamental will be this particular code here, where we can find it in getting started, where we have the declaration of my chart in canvas, because this whole chart, my bad, so this whole chart is basically canvas, right? So that's why we declare this, and this is the script to, as usual, to import the scripts for our chart.js, right? And next is the whole script where we have the characteristics and the data regarding our bar chart, right? So this is going to be the basis of the program, right? All the charts would look pretty much like this, and simply the difference would be bar and also the attributes that comes along with it, right? So I just want you to know that this is available here in this website, and all the types of chart is going to be based on this, and of course there will be specific content about each of the chart. For example, we have bar chart over here, and if you go through the entire page, you're going to find a whole lot of information over here, right? So I will explain about these informations and how we can make use of that. All right, so let's go to our bar chart over here and let's see what the code looks like. All right, so this is, like I mentioned, right? This is the code for our bar chart, and it starts with HTML, the script, and then it goes to the body, and within the body we have this my chart, and I particularly have this style over here to define the width and also the max width, right? So just to give you a picture that we can use this styling to define whatever height or width that we want for our chart, right? So and the next part is the data, right, where my x value carries years and my y values carries some number of values, right? So then the next part is we have declared our chart here named as my chart, and next we will be assigning characteristics to my chart, right? So in this case we are declaring it as a bar chart, and next is the data. So labels will be x values, right? And the data over here will be y values, right? So which means the x values is going to be on the x-axis side, which we could see over here, and the y values is going to be on the y-axis, right? So we have declared this over here, and it will just automatically pull and like plot accordingly to the values, right? For example, let's just say on 2019 is going to be 1,000, right? Which we can see over here, right? That's very basic about it, right? So the next part is we have background colors, right? So, and basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay, sorry, but before that, right? I just want to talk a bit about this value. As you can see, I have 5 years over here, starting from 2019 all the way up to 2023. However, when it comes to value, I have six, right? So the reason why I have placed a sixth value is because if you can see, the sixth value is the smallest in the value, and the reason why I've like deliberately placed this value is because I don't want my chart to start uh, with 800, right? For an example, if it starts with 800, then all my bar charts will be over here, and you can see this particular number over here, 2021, would disappear from the chart. So let me just demonstrate that, right? So let me take out this 800, I will save the command, and then I will refresh. So you see what happens over here, then the value completely goes missing, right? So that is the reason why I've purposely placed a value which is lower than my lowest data, right? So which is 900 is my lowest, and deliberately I have added another one value which is lower than 900, which is 800 in this case. So once you refresh, then you can see the data are like better populated, because you don't want to be guessing where is 2021 when it's just a thin line, right? So in short, I've done that just to better represent my data, right? So there could be other ways of doing this. Maybe it's that, and I just don't know, or I haven't explored that yet, right? So there could be any other way. So if you know, then feel free to drop a comment, share your knowledge, right? So, but this is how I have done it up until now, because it's based on what I know. Right? So just want to put that out there so that nobody hates me for this, right? And the next one is, so let's look at the attributes over here. We have background color, hover background color, border color, and all these things, right? So these are the characteristics that you can find in bar chart. So there's a whole bunch of it, as you can see: border escape, border width, and then the hover background. What's it? Okay, hover background color, hover border color. So you can, there's this whole bunch of attributes over here, and they have the explanations as well, so you can always read and understand what this all about, right? So it's good that they have made this like super handy for us, right? So that we can make use of this information. So this page here from Chart.js is super helpful, so be sure to like go through this part and understand how do we make use of this, right? So this is how I have done it, right? So I only took what I feel would make my chart look good, right? So it's border color and hover background color, border color again, and hover border color, and then border width. So I find these attributes actually make a change to my bar chart in terms of its representation, and therefore I've only picked this, right? So you could be having more or you could be having less, which is entirely up to you, right? And this is the color code. So RGBA, so represents red value, green value, and then blue, and then finally the transparency. So it goes up all the way to 1, and 1 being the highest and 0 being the lowest. So that's simply how it works, right? And next is we're going to look at the options. So in which legends display false, right? So what does this mean? So this is, let me just set this to true and see what happens, right? All right, so it basically displays what each of this means. For example, 2019 is what, probably 2020 is what. So you're gonna have to define that to so that you have a meaningful legend, which is what you can see at the top, right? So in this case, I don't want that, so I kept it to false. And title is simply, we're going to display the title, and this is just the title, right? So I guess that's about it for our JS chart, right? So it's very straightforward, and it would be a good starting point for anyone to learn JS chart, right? So I hope you have learned something, and thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until we see you again. Bye bye.